this house was John Burrows. He was a wealthy merchant in town, and at that time this wasn't called Mattawan, it was called Middletown Point, because right behind us is Mattawan Creek. You probably heard of the famous Mattawan shark attack in 1916 that the movie Jaws was based on. But back in those days, actually ocean-going ships could come into the back on Mattawan Creek. And this was called Middletown Point because it was a shipping point. And Captain Burrows was known as, he was his second in command. He was known as Black David's Devil. And the Tories really wanted to capture Captain Burrows because during the American Revolution it was important to capture some of these key people. And they found out that Captain Burrows was coming to visit his young bride, Margaret. And this was the night of May 27, 1778, and they decided to launch a raid from Sandy Hook. There was a group out on Sandy Hook called the New Jersey Royal Volunteers. They wore green uniforms. They were called Skinner Greens. They were under the command of General Cortlandt Skinner, and they launched a raid the night of May 27th to try to capture Captain Burrows. They're coming across Raritan Bay. They land their boats outside of Keyport, and they're marching in this direction. These are loyalists. And the Patriot spies notice what's going on, and they start beating their drums. And there were two Patriot companies in the area, and the Minutemen start coming out. Some of the Patriot spies come to the Burrows mansion, because Captain Burrows was visiting his young wife here. They said, "We've got Skinner Greens on the way, and we think they're coming after you." So Captain Burrows jumps out the back window, swims across Mattawan Creek, is hiding on the other side. And in the meantime, the fighting takes place in town between the two Patriot groups they're converging and the Skinner Greens that are coming up Broad Street. And when they come to the corner like Broad Street and Church, the fighting starts. And a subgroup actually separates from the main contingent because they didn't really come here to just fight the Patriots. This was a raid to capture Captain Burrows. And they wind around the back alleys and they come to the Burrows mansion. This is about 12 midnight on the night of May 27, 1778. They force the door open, and they're standing in the entry. These are armed Tories with muskets and pistols and bayonets. Coming down the stairs here is this young girl. This is Captain Burrows' wife, Margaret Foreman Burrows. And she's from the Foreman family. She's a fiery patriot. She's standing right there on the landing, and she says, "What are you doing in my house?" Well, technically, it was her in-laws' house. It wasn't really her house. Kind of minor technicality. But they're kind of taken back by this young girl. She's not afraid of them. These are armed men standing right in her entryway. And they say, "Well, there's been fighting uptown." And she was standing there in her nightdress with a little shawl over her shoulder. She's only 18 years old. And she's defying these men. And they say, "Well, we need your shawl to bind the wounds of some of our men who've been hurt in the fighting." And this young girl, fairly young girl, 18 years old, makes a speech. "I'll not give my shawl or anything in this house to aid a British subject." You can imagine how a speech like that would go across the armed Tory standing in your entryway. So they immediately realize that he's probably hiding up there and she's just stalling. So they force their way. She's standing on the landing there, and a Tory officer hits her across the chest with the hilt of her sword. She almost does a header off the landing there. She will eventually die from her wounds that night. She doesn't quite die on the spot, but she will die from her wounds.
Just so we know we're talking to someone here, we're going to ask you to say a word 3 times in a row. Can you say the word cradle 3 times? sure that we understand any questions we ask you, but we need to confirm that you can hear us and understand us. I'll pick a different word. Can you say chair 3 times?
Are you filming? Are you filming? Have you moved your camera at all?
No.
Have you panned it like sideways or anything? Move it sideways again. I just want to see something.
I'll show look.
No. That's all right. I thought I saw something. I just want to make sure that I saw this.
Oh, okay.
Just pan your camera back and forth.
Okay, so panning.
Okay.
Try to say it as loud as you can. I thought I heard the same name 3 times. I hear Andrew.
Can you tell me what color my shoes are?
I heard white.
They're white. Thank you.
That was right away.
Are there any children here? I heard 2. Anybody else here too?
Is that right? There's 2 children here?
I heard wrong.
If that's wrong, how many are there here?
3.
There's 3 children here then.
Do these children belong to you?
Did you take care of the children?
Pick your head up and just kind of look that way.
What type of transportation did you use?
That said cradle.
I thought I heard cradle too.
I heard cradle, yes.
Where did you go?
The person that said the word cradle, can you tell me what kind of transportation you used? window.
Can you tell me who the governor of the colony is? I just thought I heard lieutenant. Lieutenant.
Were you an officer in the military?
Were you part of the Continental Army?
Whose cradle does this belong to?
If you can see me, how many fingers am I holding up?
Does this room look familiar to you?
Is this your bedroom?
I heard a no, a loud no in there.
Is this below?
Was your room on this floor?
Hang on, Rich. Hang on. When I come up to you guys, just ask a question, all right?
Was your bedroom on this floor? Was your room in the attic? Did you live at the house at all?
Okay, you're on. You know the soldiers are coming. Is this the way you're leaving us? Do you fear for your family's safety? Do you think by you leaving, they'll be safer? Do you have a plan? Where are you going?
My stomach.
I hear them getting closer.
Katie.
I'm marking the recorder. I'm getting EVPs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Harry, they're almost to the door. You have to get out the window. Can you see them coming?
Yes.
What'd you get?
I heard when she said, "Where are you going?" I got the word home, and I didn't hear what she asked because I was hearing Dave and Marty, but I heard I'm stuck here. But it's a direct response to Marty's question. She said, "Where are you going?"
Men, secure the back of the house and the sides. He may try to escape. John Burrows? Captain John Burrows, we're here to arrest you in the name of King George III. Girl, who are you? Who am I? I'm the commanding officer of this expedition from the New Jersey Royal Volunteers under the command of General Cortlandt Skinner. You're Mrs. John Burrows? We're here to arrest your husband. Burrows, surrender yourself. Spare the welfare of your family. Girl, we have wounded men in front of the mansion. You have a shawl on your shoulders. We need your shawl to bind the wounds of some of our men. What? How can you say that, you rebel wep? Your king orders you, and you tell us that you wouldn't help anyone who's a British subject in any way? You rebels, you traitors are absolutely disgusting. Burrows, come right now. Surrender yourself. Your house is surrounded. Our men are here. What? You're going to defy us? The representatives of King George III of the British Empire? Well, you little whelp. I'll teach you something. Get out of the way. Burrows, we're coming. Get out of the way, you silly girl. Search the house, men. He's here. We know he's here. Search the house. He may be in the attic. Give him a warning. Fire your muskets, man. Burrows, come down now. We'll find you. There's no place you can hide. We're coming, Burrows. You're under arrest, and you're coming with us. Men, we'll teach them a lesson. Burn the house. Burn the furniture. Teach them what it's like to be a traitor to King George III.
Were you scared when the shots were fired up here?
Where did you hide?
How close did the shots come to where you guys are? Where you're hiding? Did they almost hit you?
Were any of you wounded?
Did the soldiers come all the way up the steps to your rooms? Did they talk directly to you at all?
Did you all manage to escape before they set fire to the house?
Were they rough with you at all? Did they treat you badly? Did they tell you to leave before they started lighting things on fire?
Did they force you to drag things out of the house to be burned?
Are you worried about Mr. Burrows? They're taking him away.
The soldiers are on the way to capture your husband. I think he's quite the little weasel for jumping out a window and letting you here with your parents. From what we hear, you were quite the tough young lady. You stood up to the soldiers. Are you sorry that you did that? Would you do it again? You guys can ask questions. Margaret, are you afraid for John? How did you feel when they took your father hostage?
Margaret, you did a great thing. You were very brave. You saved a lot of people's lives. John is safe. How do you feel?
We know that you died from your injuries. But where did your mother go? After they burnt down the house, where did everyone go? After they burnt down the house,
I'm sure these men were shocked by the defiance of someone so young and female. You gave your life for your husband. You stalled the men, bought him time to get further away.
Kate, let him slide by if you want to go back in that room. This way, you standing there might be still scaring him, you know?
Do you feel like you did your job as a wife?
What was that?
I heard it too.
I just marked,
Huh?
just marked the recorder.
I thought it said I do.
I heard it as clear as day.
It said I do. You made the ultimate sacrifice so he could live. Do you feel like you did your job as a wife?
What was that?
No.
No, that shouldn't went off for you.
I was able to get it to go off like this. That was me. See it right here. That's why I thought it was her.
Oh, no, it's like,
Because you get it right in here.
all right, well, let me see, because I was just staying over here.
No, I just adjusted it. So now it shouldn't. But this is going to get anything coming in this doorway.
Go in there.
Does anybody remember the shark attacks that happened here? Right behind the house?
Is this yours?
Yeah.
What happened to the bottom?
Do you remember when the little boy was killed by the shark? Did you know Lester? Were you friends with the Stillwell family?
Wait a minute.
Did you get something?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Were you friends with the Stillwell family? Wait a minute.
Get back there.
Did you know Lester? But that is I mean, that's what Mattawan was famous. I remember growing up in elementary school reading about that story. That's what got me interested in marine biology and everything. That was what everyone knew. To me, that's, other than Rose Hill Cemetery, Mattawan was famous for the shark attacks because they were the first time ever that they confirmed a human being being killed by a shark. That was the first reported shark attacks that whole week, the week of terror. It was Tom's River up, and then they had the 3 people killed from here all the way back up to the inlet again, and the 2 people out on the Jersey Shore. I got cold coming from this side.
Oh,
But-
maybe it's from the crack in the door.
Yeah, but,
no,
hot air
there's-
rises.
There's drafts
Is
there
that coming through there too?
There's holes in the
Okay,
wall.
I
In
had
there?
just gotten hit with cool air. It was very refreshing, but
Yeah, I don't know about over
Yeah, that's
there.
that's
but
strong
over there,
blow
there
from
are
here.
holes.
Something in there?
Somebody sitting by the window reading a book.
do you want to go in and ask a few questions?
I hear yes.
Yes.
going on out here?
That's what I heard too.
Got an EVP.
Did you know Lester?
The town was so small,
Can you play it
everybody
one
knew
more
each
time?
other.
Did you know Lester?
I did.
Yeah, I heard something after, yes.
Were you friends with the Stillwell family?
Wait a minute.
I did.
I just put brand new batteries and it's halfway dead already.
Mine's flashing too.
It's the second set of coins.
And when I asked about the Stillwell family, the guy said, yes, I did, and my name is. Did you know Stanley Fisher? You recording, Bob?
Yeah.
How about Joe Dunn? I know he was hurt that day too. But Stanley went in and tried to save Lester when he was attacked. And he didn't make it either, did he? So I couldn't hear you before if you said anything about liking dogs or not. Can you tell me if you like dogs?
You wouldn't believe all the dust you just kicked up.
Yes, I would.
The Burrows are here. I think I just saw the whole family float by you guys.
At the speaker?
He can't hear you.
There'll be a delay.
Hmm?
They're already on.
If I point it the right way, flashlight.
There we go. Can you tell me if you like dogs? It sounded like there was something just right after that.
Something before it too.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so I
me
couldn't
moving.
hear you before if you said anything about liking dogs or not. Can you tell me if you like dogs?
Yes,
Right there, yeah. You hear it?
yes. And there's something there too.
Yeah.
Like a breath.
Can you tell me if you like dogs?
That last part was me moving to shut it off, but there's something there.
There's something there.
So, so I couldn't hear you before if you said anything about liking dogs or not. Can you tell me if you like dogs?
I hear that there's something before and then something after.
There's yes.
Don't worry, we'll help you
Yeah.
out. We'll get you out of the
floor.
Yeah. It'd be excitement. Good TV. Is this one of the servants' rooms?
Some somebody reported?